McDowell from Align Natural Health. And today I want to talk to you about kind of what symptoms can be associated with radiation and is radiation keeping your body from healing? So, what are the symptoms that could be your body's way of trying to tell you that the radiation that it's dealing with is too much for it to handle? This could be things like fatigue. I've definitely experienced that in the past. I'll share more about that later. It could be irritability. It could be brain fog or trouble remembering things or concentrating and learning. Think of all the kids that are wearing AirPods and other wireless devices all the time and on a daily basis, or staring at a computer screen all day long and carrying a cell phone around. If they're having a harder time than they used to be at school, radiation could be the cause here for them as well. It can also cause headaches, it can cause nausea, and it can even cause upset stomach. So, my experience from last week was I decided that I wanted to move to a new dentist. I had some conflict with the dentist I was with, and I thought, okay, I'm going to move to a new one. But I didn't realize that moving to a new dentist meant that I had to do a full new patient appointment and what that entailed. So I got there and realized that this meant I had 14 x-rays to do. They needed to take a full set of x-rays of all the teeth in my mouth, which, okay, fair enough. That's helpful for them to know what's going on and to be able to kind of see changes in the future. But 14 x-rays, I had no idea. So 14 x-rays later, I was dealing with a bunch of symptoms. I was so tired. I was brain foggy, and I had a headache for the rest of the day. And that's not something that I usually deal with anymore. But it was an interesting reminder for me because I used to feel like that pretty much all of the time. Before I found quantum nutrition testing, fatigue was a common thing for me. Brain fog was a common thing for me. And so to feel it come back was really interesting because sometimes you don't realize how bad things are until they're good. And then feeling how bad they were again can be a really big eye opener. So quantum nutrition testing really helped because it helped me figure out why. Why was I dealing with these symptoms? And radiation was a really big part of this. So, where does radiation come from? So, radiation comes from our devices. So, your cell phone, it can come from your laptop, your computer, it can come from anything that uses Bluetooth, it can come from any wireless devices, comes from video games, comes from the sun. As someone who lives in Ontario, I'm not knocking the sun, considering we've had it like 4 days this year, and today's the 24th. But anyways, it can come from the sun as well. Radiation can come from airplanes. Airplanes is a really big one. If you do a lot of air travel, your body is probably dealing with quite a bit of radiation. And this is where a lot of fatigue can come in around flying and around air travel as well. It can come from your microwave. It can come from your battery powered car. If you drive a Tesla or another, are they smart cars? Another car that's battery powered, you're getting radiation every time you enter your car, every time you drive your car. It can come from hearing aids, video games, and again, like I said, x rays and CT scans as well. So, what happens to your body when you're dealing with high amounts of radiation? Radiation can cause stress on the body. And when there's stress on the body, your adrenal glands have to get to work and create high levels of cortisol. But high levels of cortisol can cause other things in the body as well. It can cause hormone imbalances. It can cause your thyroid to be stressed out as well, which can lead to weight gain and hair loss. Stress and your ovaries can lead to changes in your menstrual cycle and also infertility. And if it's in the male sex organs as well, stress on that system is not going to be beneficial as well. That can lead to other things like muscle loss, lower testosterone, and other impacts there too. It can also lead to dry and flaky skin or muscle soreness and pain. So, if you're guilty of having your cell phone or your laptop in your bed at night, that used to be me in the past too, so I get it, but I don't do that anymore. And the thing here, if you're having difficulty with sleeping, that could be because of radiation, but it also could be because of the blue light that these devices emit. So if you're scrolling on your computer at night, or if you're using your cell phone, even scrolling on your cell phone at night, you're exposing your eyes and ultimately your pineal gland, which is a gland in your brain that's responsible for the production of melatonin, which is our sleep hormone. So if you're not sleeping well, this could be the cause, either of these. Radiation or the blue light could be the cause here. Radiation also allows metals, heavy metals, to be pulled into the brain, and it opens the door for bugs. So, heavy metals are things like aluminum, things like cadmium, lead, and mercury. And if anyone here has silver fillings in your teeth, these have mercury in them. And so if you've got a lot of radiation in your life, the radiation can allow that mercury from your teeth to be heading up into your brain, which is going to cause other issues in the future as well. It's also been shown to increase the risk of brain tumors and of some cancers. So, what can you do? The first part of the what can you do is going to be what not to do. And when it comes to what not to do, this is about keeping, for the most part, about keeping the devices and keeping the radiation off of your body. So if you're using a laptop, don't put it on your lap. You want to make sure that there's a desk or a pillow or something between your body, between yourself and the laptop, because ultimately you're radiating your lap, and think of everything that's in your lap. If you're a female, your sex hormones are here, or your sex organs are here. If you're either male or female, your bladder is in this area. And if you're a male, there's other important organs in this area as well. So make sure it's not sitting directly on your lap. When it comes to your cell phone, keep your cell phone off your face. If you're someone who likes to hold your cell phone up to your ear to talk to people, we need to change this. You can put it on your desk and you can speak on speakerphone. I used to find this so annoying. My dad would message me on or call me on speakerphone because his phone wouldn't work otherwise. And I used to find it annoying, but now I understand that there's actually quite a bit of benefit to talking on speakerphone. Or the other thing you can do is use those old school plug-in headphones. So plug into your phone and then put the earphones in your ears. Stay away from the wireless ones because the AirPods are radiating your ears as well. So focus on the connected headphones. Also, please, 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 ladies, this is just for you, I think. Please don't put your cell phone in your bra. This is something I used to see all of the time. I don't go to the gym anymore. I used to go to World Gym in Waterloo, Ontario. It's not called World Gym anymore. But I used to see it all the time. Women would come in and they'd have their cell phone tucked into their bra. And I get it. It's convenient. It holds it nice and snug. You can still work out. It's not a problem. But what's there? Your breast tissue, right? And your heart. So ultimately, we're putting this cell phone in here and you're radiating your breast tissue and your heart and any other organs in that area. So we want to make sure to avoid putting our cell phone and our wireless devices on our bodies. Keep them off our bodies as much as possible. Avoid carrying your phone in your pocket. If it's just for a short time, okay. But a lot of the times, I used to do it all the time. It was in my back pocket all day long when I was working, years ago. And carrying it there, no, it's not directly against an organ, but it's still on your body. So you're still radiating parts of you. If it's your front pockets, for women, that's going to be close to your ovaries, close to your bladder. If you're a male, it's going to be close to your bladder and close to your junk. So try avoid having your your smartphone on you as much as possible. I used to wear a Fitbit as well. So that was on me all the time. That's something that you wear 24 hours a day. If you have an Apple Watch, it's the same idea, or a Samsung, or any of these devices that are the fitness trackers. It's on your body all of the time and it's constantly sending a signal. So you're constantly getting radiation from this. When I discovered that radiation was a reason why I was struggling with fatigue and why I was having a hard time sleeping and why I had brain fog and headaches, taking my Fitbit off was a part of what I did to help my body. My adrenals were so stressed out. And yes, I have a busy life. But on top of everything, all of the stress my body was dealing with from the radiation it had was making it so that it couldn't handle it. And literally, my body couldn't heal because of all of this. So, this is why it's so important to find the cause of your symptoms. Because in the past, I went to the doctor and the only solution given to me was a prescription to help with the sleep problems or with the headaches, but that didn't really help them go away. So, what can you start doing instead? The first things that you can do aside from keeping your devices off of your body, make sure you drink lots of water. Water is going to help neutralize the effects of the radiation. Number two, you can get some devices. There's lots of them available online. Protectpro.net is one site that comes to mind, but there's lots available online that are going to have things like necklaces or like stickers that you can put on your phone, your laptop, your computer, your router, all of the things that are communicating in your home to help kind of reduce the impact that they're going to have on you. You can also use crystals. This is selenite. I really like this one. You can see that. Okay. This is selenite. You can use this. This is going to help mediate the radiation as well. And then there are also some supplements that are helpful. With any detox, we want to make sure that we have a binder and we want to make sure we have drainage. And the relation that I've shared with a client recently when it comes to a binder and drainage. So think of detox. So you sweep up your kitchen and you make this like neat, nice pile of dirt from the floor in the middle of your kitchen. So you've detoxed the rest of your main floor or whatever of dirt and you've collected it into this pile. But you can't just leave that pile sitting in the middle of your kitchen floor because it's not going to leave the house on its own. And it's also not going to stay there. Your kids are going to run through it, your dog's going to run through it, and the dirt's going to end up back all over the place again. This is where drainage and a binder are really helpful. A binder is like sweeping that dust into a dustpan. That's your binder. And then taking that dustpan and dumping it into the garbage. That's your drainage. So the binder grabs it, the drainage moves it out of the body. So these are really important parts of detox as well, because we want to make sure that we're not just, pulling the effects of the radiation or pulling the other toxins out of your system and then just leaving them there to go get reabsorbed into other parts of the body. So for me, because I'm still dealing with radiation, the effects of radiation, and I probably will be for a while, this is what I do for a profession. I'm in front of a computer and a cell phone right now. There's another computer over there. There's radiation all around me, and I know that I can't get rid of all of it. So I know it's important to help my body deal with it better. So this is the drainage that I'm currently dealing with, and this is what I was tested for specifically. There's lots of different options, and this is why we like to test you to figure out what's going to be specific for you. So this is what I'm dealing or using personally right now. This is called CT Minerals. This is from a company called Cellcore. And this one was really good for me because with all the stress that my body's dealt with over the last several years, minerals are very easily depleted by the body when it's a really stressful situation. And then when it comes to a binder, this is Virad Chem. It's going to be backwards. I'm sorry. The rad in Virad Chem is for radiation. So this is going to help mitigate the harmful effects of radiation on your body. So drainage and a binder. Those are my two go-tos for that. So how do you find the right supplements for you though? Supplements are great. They're awesome at helping your body. But when it comes to supplements, it can be difficult for people. It's overwhelming. You walk into the supplement store and there's so many different options. And how do you figure out what's best for you? And our motto at Align Natural Health is test, don't guess. We don't guess with our clients. We'll test you and figure out what your body needs. And from there, we can figure out what the right dosage is. And this is ultimately going to help you get better faster because it's not trial and error. It's not like, well, let's see if this works. Maybe that one will work. That didn't work. It's about figuring out exactly what your body wants and needs to help your system and your organs get back to where they should be. So if you have symptoms that you've been struggling with, we can help you. Quantum nutrition testing is amazing. We can test your body to figure out what the areas are that are functioning well, which is great. But we also need to test and figure out what areas need support and what the right support is for you specifically. And then from there, we create a program that's specific to you. This is not a one-size-fits-all solution. This is about figuring exactly what your body needs and then what the right dosage is and the right support is so we can help you get better. If you're interested in figuring out why you're dealing with symptoms, this month we have a Healthy New Year special on our new client bundle. So it's 129. I'll put the link in the comments so you can check it out or send me a message if you have any questions. And if you know anyone who's been struggling with being tired all the time or with headaches or with having a hard time sleeping or any symptoms, or any parents whose kids are struggling with concentrating, please share this video with them. We'd be more than happy to help. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully you have a wonderful day. And if you have any questions, reach out anytime. I'd be more than happy to help you out.